All right, let's get started. Thank you everybody for joining our webinar today. My name is Ben Victorica with KnowledgeNet, and I'm joined by Jeff Clair. Our goal today is to provide you an overview of AI is driving results in sales. First, Jeff will give you his experience and overview based on his resources and affiliation with Sales Xceleration. And then I'll provide you with an overview and demo of KnowledgeNet. If you have any questions, just please put them in the Q&A section at the bottom. We'll answer all the questions here in about 20 minutes. Jeff, I'll turn it over to you.
Great.
Tell us about yourself and your experience.
I'd love to do so. So I'm Jeff Clair. My consulting practice is Clairvoyant Consulting, and it's powered by a much larger organization called Sales Xceleration. And what we do is we really work with small, medium-sized businesses to really improve sales for the company. Everything really generating around sales and revenue. We have kind of a wheel. There we go. So this is all the different sales avenues that I really get involved in, from doing an initial assessment of what the company looks like today and the problems that they have, through developing a sales infrastructure, which really starts from developing a sales strategy and a sales process, and the tools to really develop that for further growth. I also get involved in what we're best known for is coming in as a fractional VP of sales, leading a sales organization for a fraction of the time for companies that are really not equipped at that point to have it as a full-time basis. And as part of that, I get involved in recruiting and hiring the best people for a sales organization and do training and coaching for both salespeople and sales leaders. And really in all of these aspects, I cannot tell you how important artificial intelligence and AI has been for me and the people that I work with in developing greater efficiencies and performance throughout the process. Rarely a day goes by that I don't use some aspect of artificial intelligence in the work that I do, because it becomes so important. And there's some really, we can go into some of the areas that really we drive into that. First and foremost, prospecting is a really important part. And how do you leverage the warm leads? Because cold calling is so difficult. And while you get business from that aspect, it's really a numbers game. And Ben will be taking you through one of the best tools possible, which is KnowledgeNet.ai for that. LinkedIn profile review. There's really a number of different services. LinkedIn themselves has one, their LinkedIn Premium package, that really can help you through AI revise that program. There's another one called LinkedIn Reader or Jasper that are really very, very strong at that development. Content creation is really important for either developing pitches or really developing content for websites and such. And there's great tools like Jasper and Writer and DataBot. ChatGPT is probably my go-to when it comes to this work, and it's been around longer than most and is terrific for this. And then Human Linker is great for really content creation and as well as working on your LinkedIn site as well, which is really strong. Listening and note-taking, there's a number of great tools. I use on most Zoom calls, I use their AI companion link, which will summarize your Zoom link communication. Teams has one as well. And there's a number of them, Fireflies and Fathom and Otter.ai, all really pull that together, which really helps really be much more engaged in a conversation, less worrying about the notes you're taking down because you have this as a backup, which is really terrific to have. Lead qualifications, you can use, regular virtual assistant work can be done even through simple tools like Siri and Alexa, believe it or not, are really AI generated tools. And then very importantly, one of the important aspects in developing the sales infrastructure is understanding what the competitive nature is and what the marketplace looks like. And there's a number of important tools that can be used for this. Speak AI, SEM Rush, Get Genie, which is word-based. So it's also can be really worked well in terms of website presentation. And then there's Outranking.io, which will optimize your blogs by looking at what the competitive analysis looks like. So there's many tools for this. And then even for sales onboarding, for process automation, which is tremendous to develop that work and save a tremendous amount of your personal time. Scribe How, Vogel, Durable, IORET are all very, very important tools of building that work that you really need to have for that really full development. We also have video creation. There's a number of those that really, if you want to build small videos to go out as part of your pitch, there's Cynthia.io, HeyGen, Rephrase.ai, and Pitch 59, a very quick video-based position to really pitch with your referrals. And then AI-driven sales playbook. It's great to have a documented playbook so that as new people come into an organization or you need something to follow, AI-driven sales playbook development that we use as a tool is a very important development. So these are all terrific tools, but nothing I would say is more important than the first one. How do you prospect and develop more leads and get that? All right, so how do you, what is your ideal customer profile, or what we call the ICP, which really drives into developing those warm leads? There's a number of factors to really look at on this. So when you're thinking about who your ideal customer profile is, first and foremost, look at who are your most successful clients today. What do they have in common? That will be your best avenue for continuing to grow your business. Consider the role titles that you're going out after. What is the annual revenue of the companies? What industry verticals are the best ones for you to consider going after? Are you geographically confined? As a salesperson, you may have a defined geographic territory. Your business may have a geographic definition as well. Consider that. What are the number of employees? Are you the type of business that goes after enterprise size clients? Are you a business that's really more in the small, medium-sized market? Consider that as well. Are your customers in the public and private sector? Because they operate a little differently. What issues do they face? If you can understand what the pain points and the needs that your ideal clients have, you have the best vehicle possible to try to figure out how to answer and meet those needs. Because one of the things I really train and talk about is, nobody really sells. What you do is you identify the needs and you find a solution for those needs. And understand, are you in a declining or an expanding marketplace? In some cases, your marketplace may not be getting bigger, but you want a bigger piece of the pie. In other cases, like if you're in the AI business, for example, the marketplace is exploding. So how do you take advantage of that as well? And a second component to this, we won't go into in detail today, is develop that buyer persona. Who specifically do you deal with, and what are their needs and pain points? So Ben, I think I'll turn this over to you at this point in time.
Perfect, Jeff. Thank you. So now that you have your ideal customer profile and you want to match and find customers like that, what are customers doing to find new leads? And the typical approach has been where their sales team is working through LinkedIn to see what connections they have. They're buying some sort of contact database. They may be paying $15,000 or $30,000 a year for that, from companies like ZoomInfo. They're spending money on Google Ads and marketing monies to generate leads. They're sending out email newsletters, and they're hiring full-time employees, SDRs and BDRs, to make outbound sales calls and develop business. The question is, are these things working? Because they're expensive, they're time-consuming, and when they operationalize that and they send out hundreds of emails, maybe with generic messages, they're getting less than 1% of response. It's 0.25%. And if they have sales development reps, business development reps making cold calls, they're also achieving less than a 1% return of their outbound calling efforts. So how can we accelerate that? Like, how can we deliver prioritized warm referrals? People in your network already that can give you a warm introduction. With KnowledgeNet, we're able to do this in less than 10 days. The goal is, of course, to help you grow revenue and reduce the costs that we were talking about, contact sources and LinkedIn Navigator, ChatGPT, and doing this by leveraging your relationships. The way that it works is we create an organization for your company. and we add the users, typically the sales team, the people that are contacting customers. They sync their email and their LinkedIn connections to that KnowledgeNet organization, to your secure KnowledgeNet organization. And then we use AI to connect all of this information going back 1 year through your emails and meetings and generate the relationship intelligence, generate the connection paths. And then we leverage this to give you insights and provide you with additional uses of AI. The impact is that we're able to provide for you the warm introductions, who in your network's network can introduce you to that person that you're trying to reach, provide you details of who in your network has changed jobs. Maybe a great customer has gone to work for a new company and you're not aware of that, but we give you that insight so you can follow up with them and make them a customer with their new company. Part of this is that we provide you access to 280 million contacts with very detailed filters that match your ICP. So you can find prospects. And in addition to that, the AI-generated email personality profiles, we're able to share with you what customers or prospects have visited your website anonymously. We call that web traffic intelligence. And we can leverage ChatGPT and other technologies to provide customized AI-generated emails. So the key part is leveraging relationship intelligence, providing exact information of how you are connected to that prospect through your existing network. And when you identify that prospect, providing you personality intelligence so that you know how to message, how to meet with this prospect in a way that it's going to be most meaningful to them. And then as you are leveraging KnowledgeNet to write emails to them automatically, it's taken into account the personality intelligence and the relationship intelligence to create highly personalized emails to them. But going back to how can we do this in less than 10 days? Prioritize these leads and have your sales team be able to generate revenue in less than 30 days. And the way that we do that is that we use AI to search through 280 million contacts, leveraging the two things that we've been talking about. Your relationships that we build using KnowledgeNet, your ideal customer profile, and then we use AI to prioritize first and deliver these 1,000 leads, every single one of them with a warm introduction. And we deliver these results. We've been working nationwide with Sales Xceleration. We have sales in every corner of the U.S. We can provide you with reference customers. One of them is CDI Corporation that in less than 4 months, they closed $14 million worth of business, and it all started with KnowledgeNet. So we can give you the contact information of people to talk to. Part of the way that we are working with customers and accelerating is by packaging up these components. So we provide you with licensing of KnowledgeNet for 12 months so that you can use it a la carte fashion and to generate these emails for the prioritized leads. We provide the 1,000 prioritized leads upfront. We allow you to use the web traffic intelligence for a month. And for this entire package, we charge $1,000. Essentially, it's the same cost of subscription fees for a year, but it's at a significant discount. Number one thing that we are helping them upfront with prioritizing their leads and getting them started because they all want to grow their business very quickly. Starting that in less than 30 days shows the most impact. But some of you may not have sales teams, but you still want to start. So KnowledgeNet is priced at $30 per user per month. There's no contract, so you can go month to month. And then once you see value, you could have an annual contract and drop the pricing to $25 per user per month. Let me give you a demonstration of how KnowledgeNet works. Let's say that I am in the plastics industry and I'm an extruder of plastics and I'm looking for customers. Let's say that I want to contact one of them, Nationwide Gutter, so I can sell them extruded plastic gutters. I have the KnowledgeNet Chrome extension here on the right-hand side, and if I click on it, I'm able to see information about Nationwide Gutter. And the first thing I see is that no one in my organization has ever contacted this customer, but my network can introduce me. So Joe English has a 2 degree of separation from Renee Grossman. I can click here and I can see exactly how Joe and I are connected. We've had 7 meetings and 96 emails, and Joe and Renee are connected, and Renee is the founder of Nationwide Gutter. So if I like this connection path and I want to ask Joe for that introduction, all I have to do is click this purple button, write intro email, and it'll package up this relationship intelligence into an email asking Joe to please introduce me to Renee. Once I have been introduced to him, I may want to find out more information about Renee. So if I go to Renee's profile here, I can go to his LinkedIn page. I can click on the information tab, and in the information tab, I can see information like his cell phone number, which I've hidden here because we're on a national webinar. I can click here and get his personality profile, which will help me when I'm going to have a meeting with him so that I can present to him and communicate to him in a way that's going to be most impactful. So if I click here, I'm able to see things that are motivators and drainers for him, the communication style that I should follow, how we should work together, and recommendations of do's and don'ts for meeting and speaking with Renee. None of this is his profile, but I wanted to show you exactly the example of how this would work. If I close this box here, and if I didn't have a connection path, an introduction like from Joe English, I could use AI to write an email. And this isn't just any email. This is a specific one that's coming from me and my role and information about my company. It's going to Renee and information about him and his company. So it customizes that into a custom prompt in ChatGPT, which is embedded in KnowledgeNet. When I click the next button, it generates that email that I can also customize by clicking here and changing the length of the email or changing anything that I want. So there's an automatic draft. Close this box here and show you how to add Renee to my CRM, because this is a prospect that I want to continue with. I can click this list area and then just add them to any one of my CRM systems that I have. And then if I go back to the company itself and I click the information tab here, then I'm able to see things about the company, access all of the employees at the company, and I can use AI to find similar companies. Again, I'm a plastics manufacturer. I'm looking for as many companies as I can. If I click there, it packages up information about Nationwide Gutter and shows me potential alternatives in the market. I can keep asking for 10 more through ChatGPT, or I can use KnowledgeNet to search over 70 million companies and find, in the keyword search of gutters, find 3,293 companies nationwide that focus on gutters. The other thing I could do would be to search people. We have actually now 280 million contacts with the detailed filtering that I mentioned earlier, that you're able to find people in industries and by job role and title to help you grow your business. Jeff, I'm going to turn the conversation back over to you.
Thanks, Ben. I mean, this is truly an absolutely powerful tool. I use it. I put clients into this business. It combines so many aspects of other subscriptions you may be paying for already that you may reconsider because it's already embedded into the product. And it's very seamless into the working session of it. So this is really terrific. And it really helps in every one of these sections that we're looking for. If you're more interested in how to build your company, if you have issues in anything in the revenue stream, reach out to me. My contact information is here at jclair@salesxceleration.com and my phone number below. But there's a brand new product that we have as well with Sales Xceleration. I just want to take a couple minutes and talk about where in most cases I come in and I build the product. In this case, I'm more of an architect, and it's a product called Sales Xceleration Framework. I'm more of the architect here. And the sales team and the leadership of the company gets involved in kind of a scheduled approach to building the business, developing areas of accountability, KPIs, what is your customer and buyer customer profiles and your buyer personas. So it starts with groundbreaking day that leadership gets together. then 2 days of foundation building, which is really the sales team and sales leaders. And then we get on a quarterly cadence where we review, have we hit the goals we had for those 90 days? How are we progressing along the plans? And then we finally finish it up with an annual planning meeting that takes us into the next year. Exciting new offer. It allows for a little more flexibility and allows for bigger organizations to get involved in the work that I do. I'll reach out at any time. I'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Thank you, Jeff. So I'm going to stop sharing the slides in just a second and see if there's any questions that we can answer. One of them here is how long does it take to get started using KnowledgeNet? And the answer is that in less than 5 minutes, we can create a KnowledgeNet organization. So we could do that right after the webinar today. You can just contact me and we will invite your users. Your users can start using KnowledgeNet right away to get contacts from the 280 million contacts that we have. And in just a couple of minutes, they can sync their email and their LinkedIn to start building that relationship brain. And because we live where they work, there's little or no training that's required, but we do provide it and provide the onboarding. So let me stop sharing and seeing if there's any other questions. Well, Jeff, I don't see any more questions from our webinar today. I think that it's time to kind of wrap up. Thank everyone for coming. And if you have any questions about Sales Xceleration, Jeff's business and the services he can provide, we'll put the contact information up at the end of this. Each of you will receive a recording. And if you have any questions about KnowledgeNet or want to get started, please contact me and we'll get started right away. Jeff, you want to wrap anything up?
Yeah, just, be curious. What's really changing with artificial intelligence is it's not the answers now that are so important, and the answers. It's asking the right questions. Because now you have the ability to ask the right questions and you have powerful tools out there that will give you the answers to let you develop your business. It's an exciting new time. I can't wait to see where it ends up going. And the earlier you get involved in it, the farther ahead you're going to be. So thank you very much today.
Excellent, Jeff. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jeff, for joining me. Have a great day.